Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, Lex, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Babygirl. That's right, your not favorite movie starring Nicole Kidman as an over-the-hill tramp. Yeah, who supposedly is the CEO of some company, but she's not very smart, although she's supposed to be smart, but she doesn't act very smart. It's a load of crap. This movie's a load of crap. I regret choosing it to review, but there is a lot of material here that I can get out of this. Okay, a lot we can discuss here. Okay, based on this movie about the female orgasm, and how you need to put your orgasm ahead of your family and your career and all that kind of, and your self-respect as well. This movie glamorizes all that stuff. Well, what do you expect? The woman that created this movie, the director of this movie, I think she wrote it too. Her name is Helena Rain. She's Dutch, and she's a lesbian. She hates men. She's a failed actress. So this is her revenge on men. It's to show you how women are the dominant species on this planet. Okay, they're smarter than men. They're stronger than men. They're more successful than men. They're sexier than men. They're everything that a man isn't. Okay, and that's what this is. Okay, this is a woman who got screwed over. Okay, who hurt you, Helena? Who hurt you? Okay, because this is her response, probably to casting directors or theater directors that wouldn't hire her or fired her. Okay, there's a reason that the cuck in this movie, Antonio Banderas, Jacob, that's his character's name. There's a reason the cuck in this movie, his profession is he's a theater director. Okay, so I'm guessing this is Helena's revenge. Okay, is to have every theater director that fired her or told her she wasn't pretty enough or refused to hire her. This is her revenge on all of them. Okay, because she is a failed actress. Okay, and honestly, I think she's a failed director too. This is her third movie. Okay, her first two movies didn't make any money either. So this is just more feminist Hollywood propaganda. Okay, right up Nicole Kidman's alley. She's long gone from the days when she would be nominated for Academy Awards. On a side note here, I have a top 5 list of the worst movies I have ever seen. I might have to make videos of them, just if I have to sit through those movies again. Oh my God. But I do have a top 5 list of the worst movies that I have ever seen. Okay, and one of them had Nicole Kidman in it. Okay, I know what you're thinking. No, it wasn't Moulin Rouge. Okay, I've actually never seen Moulin Rouge. Okay, one of the 5 worst movies I've ever seen was Australia. Yeah, you don't even remember that movie, do you? I think it came out like in 2006 or 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. Okay, and it stars Hugh Jackman. Okay, Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman. It's like a 3-hour long epic. It's a historical epic. Takes place like in the 1940s in the outback of Australia. And this is one of the worst pieces of crap movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, it's absolutely horrible. And then I remember like a couple of years later, I rewatched it, and it was still horrible. Okay, but I laughed a lot more now at how horrible the movie was. I laughed during certain scenes. Okay, just ridiculous. Yeah, Nicole Kidman was in that movie. Australia. Don't watch it. Wait for me to review it. Okay. Australia. I guess it qualifies as a chick flick, I guess. Okay, yeah, that piece of crap. Oh my God, and she was in it, okay? But she was pretty back then, okay? Now she's just old, okay? And she's trying to stave off the age. She's trying to give herself Botox and stuff, and she can't emote like a normal human being. She's not very attractive at all. I wouldn't kick her out of bed, but, I definitely had better. Okay, and this movie wants you to think that she is the end-all, be-all of hot 57-year-old women. Although she's pretending to be 49 in this movie. She got the fake tits and stuff, but she's got no ass, She's not any fat on her, but that's Ozempic. She starved herself. Okay, but she needs more of an ass. She needs more legs, all that kind of stuff, Sexy is what you look like, with your clothes off. Okay, not with your clothes on. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so this movie here glamorizes her cheating on her husband, okay? There's no sympathy for the men in this movie, okay? The men are treated like shit in this movie, with the exception, obviously, of Samuel's character, played by Harry's Dickinson. That is his real name. Okay, he's the guy who's doing the cucking. He's the guy that's screwing Jacob's wife during this movie. Okay, he's manipulating Nicole Kidman's character, Romy. She's the CEO of the company, and he's a fucking lowly intern. Okay, she's 57, pretending to be 49, and he's 27, pretending to be 25. Okay, he's one of the interns, for Christ's sake, all right? And he's already got the CEO wrapped around his finger. He's seduced her. He's given her her first orgasm, that kind of thing. So now she's addicted to him, and now she won't let him. She's afraid he's going to leave her or tell on her to HR. Thereby, she'll get ousted as the CEO. So she's trying to cover it up. So it's going to give the illusion that she's under duress, that he's blackmailing her. Okay? But the truth is, there is nothing in this movie she did that she did not want to do. Okay? It's the typical women defense. Okay? Oh, he made me do it. Get the fuck out of here. He didn't make her do anything. Okay? If she had been a real mature person, okay, she would have taken her medicine. She would have admitted to it, because what she did was wrong, and she knew it was wrong. Okay? Once it got to blackmail, she should have said, like, that's it. I fucked up. Okay? I need to come clean to my husband. I need to come clean to my kids. I need to come clean to the board of directors, because I'm probably going to lose my job over this. Maybe they can keep it quiet or something. Obviously, we got to get rid of this guy, this Samuel guy, and that kind of thing. That's what she would have done. She would have taken her medicine and accepted the consequences. That's what a real man does. Okay, but this movie wants Romy to have all the qualities of being a strong alpha male, but none of the responsibilities. Okay, and that just doesn't work. Okay, but once again, it's a chick flick. So what do all chick flicks have in common? No accountability. At least not for their characters. Okay, for the men, there's accountability. For the women, there's not. Because in real life, women don't suffer consequences for their actions, right? We all know that, right? Right? No. Okay? No. They just blame men for everything, right? And I'm not saying all women, okay? Just the women that fucking won't shut up about this stuff. Okay? Y'all just blame men for everything. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you blame yourself for your own fucking life choices? Okay? But of course, nobody's going to do that in this movie. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, so now after she's had some sex with him and all that, had a lot of orgasms, he's over here showing up at her house. She drove him back to the train station and told him basically, leave my family alone, don't come to my house. And he gaslighted her. Oh, I don't talk to you that way. Why are you making me mad? And now she's trying to get him back now. Okay, but she's afraid. She's afraid that he's going to tell on her, to HR. Okay, he already told her that they had a rooftop scene earlier where she talks to him. Okay, and he tells her he's going to tell HR to transfer him to another department. He can't work for her anymore because she's causing him emotional harm. And she's afraid that he's going to talk to someone in HR. They're going to do an investigation. They're going to ask questions, and she'll eventually get fired. Okay, her board of directors will oust her as CEO of the company that she built. Okay, and she's afraid of that happening. So basically, he's blackmailing her now. Now he's telling her either, you need to do what I say, and keep fucking me, or else I'm going to tell on you. That kind of thing. So that's the story the movie's going to go with for now. But we know goddamn well that's bullshit, okay? She's still fucking him. She's still having her orgasms with him, okay? The last video I did, she actually semi-confronted her husband. Obviously, her husband's in the dark. He doesn't realize that his wife is getting her jolly somewhere else. But he tries to have sex with her. He gets horny, and she fucking pushes him away violently. And then she cuts him down to size. She tells him how you never given me an orgasm. I've never had a fucking orgasm with you, you piece of fucking shit. Basically like that. And he's just like, what? Like he doesn't stand up for himself. What's wrong with you? You want me to make you some tea? Are you not feeling good? Get the fuck away from me, you piece of shit. You non-orgasm giving pieces of shit. And then she fucking gets up and leaves. Okay, and she goes out walking at night. Earlier in the movie, we found out that Samuel has a second job. Apparently, an intern doesn't pay that much. So he's got a job at night as a bartender at some bar. So she goes to the bar where he works, okay? And there he is bartending there, and there's a black guy there who's like the busboy or something, and there's women there. He's serving women there. Of course, they're flirting with him because that's how you make money as a bartender. I bartended for many years. That's what you do. You got to flirt with the women in front of you, and they'll keep the money coming. Okay, especially if there's no guys around, they'll do that. Okay, so that's what he's doing. So she, of course, immediately gets jealous. Okay, she goes in there, okay, looking for Jacob, okay? Okay, that's going on here, okay? And what do you call it? Jacob, of course, whispers something to the busboy, and the busboy confronts her. She sits at the bar. And he tells her, hey, listen, you have to leave. Okay, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm here to see Samuel. Yeah, he wants me to see me." He's like, "No, ma'am. He just told me that you need to leave." Okay, you can't be here right now while he's at work. Okay, so he tells that. So he sends the busboy to do it. Okay, this is also smart thinking for him as far as manipulating her. He's not going to do it himself because that would cause a confrontation. He's going to get someone else to do it for him. Okay, this is all manipulation. Okay, and the fact that she's supposed to be some Ivy League educated, graduated top of her class, started her own tech company, is a multi-billionaire. She can't see through this. She can't see how he's manipulating her. Okay, she is so blinded by the potential orgasms that he's going to give her later on. Okay, that she's just addicted to him. She can't stop thinking about him. She's got to be with him all the time. She's got to fucking get fingered all the time. That kind of thing. All right, and any chance that he might take that away from her, she can't have. Okay, like what the fuck is this? How's this supposed to make her look empowered and strong and all that? We lose all respect for her right there. Okay, is it any wonder that Sam doesn't respect her? Samuel doesn't respect her? Of course he doesn't. Okay, because you ladies got to stop being fucking stupid ass bitches out there. And I'm saying all you ladies, okay, but a lot of you are. Okay, you fall for this shit. It's fucking how is a man gonna respect you if you're so fucking easily manipulated? Okay. How's any guy? And I'm not saying I'm an angel here. I've done this myself. Okay, I know. It's hard for me to respect a woman that you can walk all over, that lets you walk all over. I'm not a perfect human being, okay? I'm not, but I've learned a lot over the years of my life, okay? And you can't, no guy who fucking walks all over you is capable of respecting you as an equal, okay? Not if they're walking all over you, all right? Just like you women, okay? If you fuck around on a guy, on your husband or your boyfriend, and he forgives you and shit, you're never going to respect him again because a part of you is always going to know, okay, that he allowed you, okay, that he didn't get upset. Well, he got upset, but that he fucking forgave you while you were fucking getting your jollies with another man. How the fuck are you going to respect your partner, okay, after that? You're not. You're not. Okay? You're not. Okay? Any guy that fucking, that is with a woman that's done that, okay, and forgives you, okay, it's always going to be on the back of his mind, okay? The fact that he let you, in a sense, he let you get away with it, okay? How are you going to respect a man like that? How are you going to respect a man that you can walk all over, that you can emasculate, that you can tell him off? You can tell him he's a piece of shit. You can tell him he's got a little dick. You can tell him he doesn't earn enough money, or he's too fucking fat, or he's never giving you an orgasm, okay? How the fuck are you going to respect a man that lets you talk to him and treat him that way? You can't. You can't. Okay, so why the fuck should Samuel respect this fucking bitch? Okay, that he tells her to fucking get on her fucking knees and crawl around like a fucking animal, and she'll do it. She'll do it. She'll stand in the corner, okay, because he told her to. How the fuck are you supposed to respect her? You can't. You can't. You see what I mean? Because as Ferris Bueller said it best in fucking Ferris Bueller's Day Off, okay? Matthew Broderick said it best in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, okay? You can't respect someone who kisses your ass. Okay? That's just the way it works. Okay, I didn't make the rules. Anyway, so that's going on here. Okay, Sam tells the busboy to ask her to leave, but she refuses to leave until she talks to Sam. But the busboy tells her that Sam's the one that wants her to leave. So she stares at him for like fucking 30 minutes in shock, and then she's escorted out of the bar. Sam says nothing at this time. He just looks at her like that. Okay, like angry look. Okay, says nothing to her. Okay, next scene. Okay, they're at home in the kitchen. Okay, I think it's in the morning. And she's doing something on the counter, and he's doing something on the table. Okay, this is the next day. Okay, so it's just Jacob and Romy there, okay? And they haven't spoken to each other since she fucking told him that he's never given her an orgasm and told him to fuck off and walked out into the night somewhere. He has no idea where she went, okay, or who she went to go see. Okay, so that makes a little bit of more small talk, And then he asks her about her telling him that she's never given an orgasm. He said, the other night, hey, last night when you said that, did you mean it, And Romy's like, look, I was just stressed out, okay? I didn't mean to take it out on you, okay? Of course I didn't mean it, okay? It's been 19 years. Now, how the fuck is this? Okay, because it's 2024 when this movie came out. So that would make it, that would make it 2005 that they got married, okay? But yet earlier in the movie, she goes to visit him when he's directing a play. And he's like, oh, when was the last time you came to see me at work? I think it was in 1998. Or it was 1997. You thought I was cheating on you. You thought I was having an affair. Okay, well, 1997, that's 27 years. So which one was it? Have they been married for 27 years or have they been married for 19 years? Which one fucking is it? We don't fucking know. All right? Or has he not given her an orgasm in 19 years? But she said he's never given her an orgasm. So what the fuck? Anyway. Okay, then so that part I didn't understand. Okay, the movie contradicts itself. Okay, Jape is like, well, normally, it's normal for women to, and then she's like, I'm not a normal woman. Look at me, I'm not normal. So she goes right back to being a fucking bitch. Okay, he's just like, no, you're not. Then he walks away from her all upset. Like, what the fuck, dude? How can you just open this can of worms and not try to put it back in the can or at least get rid of it? He just left that open-ended. There's no fucking way. If I'm having a conversation like this with my fucking wife of 19 or 27 years, whatever the fuck it is, okay, I'm not just going to fucking leave that on the table and walk away. Okay, I demand a fucking explanation for this. Okay, we're going to fucking talk about this and we're going to talk about it right fucking now. Okay? But of course that's going to happen because he's a fucking beta male, limp dick, soy boy pussy. Okay? Like all men are. Okay? According to fucking feminists that make movies like this. All right? Which is all of them. All right? You see what I mean? So, like, what the fuck? No wonder she's cheating on him. She's not married to a fucking man. She's married to a fucking woman pretending to be a man. You see what I mean? Anyway, I have no respect for Jacob. And it's not because she cheated on him. Okay? She knew he was this way. Why the fuck would you marry a man like this if this wasn't what turned you on? You see what I mean? It's ridiculous, okay? Anyway, so that's going on, and she never tells him I'm sorry. She never tells him that. She just says, oh, I didn't mean to take it out on you. I was just stressed out, But she never says I'm sorry for saying that. That was hurtful what I said. She never says that. She never apologizes because she hasn't done anything wrong. This movie is not going to portray her as doing anything fucking wrong. Okay? You see what I mean? Even fucking losing her company. Possibly losing her company. Possibly losing her husband. Possibly losing her kids. Possibly losing her professional reputation. Okay? None of that is more important than her fucking orgasms. You see what I mean? That's the hierarchy of this movie. That's the hierarchy of her needs. Okay? Orgasm is first. Everything else is secondary, third, whatever. Okay, how the fuck am I supposed to respect a woman like that? How the fuck am I supposed to root for a woman like that? How am I supposed to empathize with a woman like that? You see what I mean? It's bad enough she's fucking cheating on her husband. She's not even showing her husband any fucking respect. You see what I mean? It's not like she fucking, she's nice to her husband, but she also has a fucking, side piece as well. No, she's not even fucking nice to her husband. She treats him like shit. So what the fuck? And he does nothing about it. Anyway, meanwhile, she's having a mental breakdown at work. Okay, she's there to have her weekly session, her mentorship session with Samuel. Okay, which we all know is fucking bullshit. The first time they had their session, she went in there and told him, look, I can only give you 7 minutes. He says like, oh, well, it says in the company manual that you have to give me 10 minutes, so I'm going to need the whole 10 minutes. That kind of thing. So she's being disrespectful the first time they had their session. Now it's the other way around. Now she's the one all stressed out. She's got her face in her hands, waiting for him to show up. He fucking shows up for their session, and he tells her, I only got 7 minutes. So he's acting like I'm mad at you. You need to win my approval back. That kind of thing, all right? So now he's the one who doesn't want to do this. Okay, and I would applaud him for this. Okay, I would applaud him if she had hurt him first. If she had fucked him over, then I would have been like, oh, right, that's right. Give her a taste of her own medicine. Good to go, guy. But that's not what happened in this movie. Okay, he's just gaslighting her. Okay, he's just gaslighting her for talking back to him. That's it. He's trying to control her. He's trying to manipulate her, and she's easily manipulated. She's like fucking like Play-Doh. Okay, like silly putty. She's fucking manipulated easily by this guy. How am I supposed to respect a woman that's easily manipulated? You see what I mean? Okay, she's worried, if he talked to the HR department about her, okay? She's worried if she told about their relationship, okay? To anybody in the company, all right? And Samuel's like, you're sweating, Do you want to lose everything? You give that impression. You look at me like you expect me to do that. Now this is just like those movies about the women teachers, that fuck their underage students, This is just like, have you ever seen those movies, okay? Where you've got the woman in her 20s and her 30s, she's a teacher and she's fucking her 11, 12-year-old students, okay? Happens all the time in real life, okay? But yet no one makes movies about that, okay? Although that's a real epidemic out there, okay? It's like 2 or 3 times a week someone's getting arrested for so some teacher, usually she's married and has got kids, okay? Is having sex with her students. Okay, her 12-year-old, 11-year-olds. Yes, I'm not making this up, but nobody wants to make movies about that. You know why? Because it would make women look bad. we can't have that in Hollywood. Only men are allowed to look bad in Hollywood. Women are all heroes. They're all queens. It's only the men that do that, despite the fact that 95% of all teachers are fucking women. Okay, it's going to be a little bit hard to make a believable movie where the male teacher is having sex with the underage girls, okay, in his class. You see what I mean? Okay, but no one wants to make movies about that because, you know, that would make women look just as fucking as evil as men, would it? But you're not going to see that in a movie. You see what I mean? Okay, you just got to read about that in the newspapers and on social media. And you'll see it. It's always there. It's always there all the time. Okay, you can look it up. Okay, look at all the women that are having sex with their students getting. That's just the ones that got busted. Okay, you see what I mean? And this is like that. You know, where the woman's like, oh my god. There was one with Kate Mara was in one I saw recently. Okay, where she plays this married woman, of course, and she falls in love with like her 13-year-old, 14-year-old student or some shit, you know, and they have this affair and shit, you know, and she goes to jail for it. She gets out of jail and she tries to reconnect with the kid, and the kid's like 20 years old now or something. He's like, hey, you ruined my childhood, you blah, 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 you know, and that pisses her off. So she ends up marrying some fucking limp dick beta male soy boy, you know, that doesn't know that she has a sexual assault conviction, that she's a registered sex offender. Of course he doesn't, or if he does know, that's the best she's gonna get. It's that kind of thing. You know, how would anyone marry a woman like that, dude? What kind of guy would fucking marry a woman that's a registered sex offender for fucking little kids? You know, get the fuck out of here. You know how gross that is? But apparently there's sucker boys that'll do it. Okay? But those guys are low value, okay? Anyway, that's where she's stuck with for the rest of her life because of her stupid, or her own stupid decisions, okay? Evil decisions, okay? So that's going on here. Samuel tells her, it scares me more than you. It scares me that you think I'm here to take away everything from you, you know? And Romy's like, no, it's just that you're so young and I want to protect you, not hurt you. You know, so here she is in her beta behavior now, subservient to him. Okay, willing to do anything he says. Okay, trying not to piss him off, trying to make him happy. Okay, didn't give two shits about pissing off her husband, but you know, nobody can hurt my fucking Samuel though. He's such a gift to me. You know, that kind of thing. You know, I know it's disgusting, but this movie wants to glamorize that. Okay, so that's going on here. Sam says, you're the one that's hurting, but it's okay because we can keep doing this. We can keep seeing each other. It's all right because it's consensual. You know, it's giving and taking power. That's what this is all about, Romy. It has nothing to do with your work or your family. It's just about you and me. And Romy's like, I'm sorry, I'm nervous. He's like, yeah, you look nervous. You know, just to be safe, we need to set some rules here. In other words, I'm going to set some rules. Okay? I tell you what to do and you fucking do it. And she's like, no, come on, Jesus Christ. And then he's like, that's what I'm talking about. And then he gets up all mad. She's like, oh, okay, no, I'm sorry. Please sit back down, okay? Please, I'm sorry. And he's like, you have to say it out loud. That's how it works. The dynamic is about trust. You see, he's just gaslighting her. This is a load of shit. Anyway. So he's like, you know, Romy says, I thought you said it has to be consensual. That is consensual. That's what consent is. Both parties have to agree to it. You have to agree to it. If you don't, I swear, I'm going to go talk to someone. I'm going to request a transfer. You know? Now just be honest and admit that this is what you want to. Get up and sit on the edge of that table. Of course, she does it. You need to say it. You need to say it, Romy. Otherwise, I'm going to go talk to someone. And I'm going to ask to be transferred. So I need you to say it. And then he sticks his... Now, I got to admit, this is kind of cool. I'm going to have to try this out myself. This gave me a couple ideas here, all right? You know, anyway, this ain't about me though, right? So anyway, he goes in there, right? You know, he's like, say it, baby. See, you have to say it, that's how it works. You know, that kind of thing. She's like, I will do whatever you want me to do. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. That's right, baby. I'll do it. That's right, baby, you will. You can do whatever I want you to do. That kind of thing. Yeah, and that got, man, it was a little hot. I got a little hot there. That was kind of cool. I wish it'd been a better looking woman, but okay, I get it. Okay. Anyway, he's like, good. And then he just walks away from her. She's just left there breathless. She's just like, like that, okay? I mean, get the fuck out of here, okay? This movie's supposed to make you feel sorry for her because now she's being blackmailed now to do this, but she's not really being blackmailed. She wants to do this. That's her excuse. That's her out. He forced me to do it. He didn't force her to do shit. At any moment, she could have done the right thing, okay? Yes, I know she's done irreparable damage, okay? That can never go away, of course, okay? But what a real man does is when he fucks up, he steps up, okay? It's time for her to be a real fucking leader and a real fucking example and not this piece of shit, okay? And accept the responsibility for her own actions. Accept the consequences of her own actions, okay? And step down from your fucking company, okay? Admit what you've done, admit to your family, okay? And you take your fucking medicine, okay? Because that's what happens in real life. You get rid of this fucking punk, okay? Anyway. After this movie was realistic, then that's what I might advise. But this is a load of shit. Okay, it's not realistic at all. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, next scene, Romy is wearing a nice dress. Okay, and she's at a nice hotel, not a piece of shit motel like she met Sam at earlier. Okay, the one that Sam got. No, now they're like at a 4-star hotel. Now, obviously, she's the one that paid for this hotel. And she's wearing a very expensive dress and all that. And she's checking herself out in the mirror in the hallway. And then she goes and she lets Romy in through the side, I guess the rear entrance, so nobody sees him come in through the front. Okay, because that might cause people to talk. All right, anyway, so, Sam orders Romy to stay seated on the couch. So there she is in her dress, okay? And he tells her to take her panties off. Ooh. Okay, and to open her legs. All right, and take off that dress too. Okay, he's just sitting there like, open your legs, take your panties off, take off that dress too, like that kind of thing, Okay, so she turns around naked now. Okay, she's trying to cover her tits and her bush, but like he's already seen it. What the fuck are you trying to cover, right? Anyway, so, realistically, obviously, she just do it naked, okay? He's already seen everything. Okay, breast and pussy, okay, with her hands, okay? Okay, now she's being modest, okay? So fucking him in the men's room of her own company bathroom, that's not being modest, okay? Fucking him in the hallway of her own company, that's not being fucking modest, okay? But in a hotel with no cameras, okay, and complete privacy, now she's being modest, okay? Anyway, he's like, you're so beautiful. She's like, no, I'm not. You're damn right about that. I mean, you're not disgusting, okay? You're not like fucking like Elphaba from fucking Wicked or nothing. Like, you're not that bad, okay? You're not that gross, okay? And in this light, they actually the cinematographer did her some favors in this scene because they dimmed the lights. There's like this orange filter to this scene, okay? So that gets rid of all the blemishes on her face and all the wrinkles, okay? It softens the Botox look on her face, okay? So she does look better in this scene because she's lit better in this scene, okay? Now, clearly, she's been starving herself, taking Ozempic, she's got fake tits and all that stuff, okay? But her ass needs a little bit of work. I mean, it's there, we look at her ass, but she's got no legs, she's got a chicken butt. I'm sorry. Men like a woman with a round ass. It's not just the women that like round asses on men, okay? Men like round asses on women, okay? I'm sorry, but it's true. It's what we're attracted to. More cushion for pushing. You get a round butt and a small waist. Dude, I'm fucking hard, okay? So yeah, I'm gonna call it out. Hey, I'm not the one that told her to make a fucking erotic thriller at 57 years old. She's the one that fucking did this on her own. No fucking guy blackmailed her and forced her into doing a fucking piece of shit movie like this that's gonna fucking ruin her career. Okay, no, she did that all on her own, okay? And unlike this movie, in real life, okay, actions do have consequences, okay? And you will be held accountable for your own actions, okay? Unlike in this movie, all right? So don't fucking blame me for criticizing what fucking 57-year-old Nicole Kidman looks like, all right? Okay, I'm not the one that told her to fucking make this movie, okay? Anyway, or to do this scene, all right? Okay, so I'm just commenting on it. I'm just giving you a straight man's point of view. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, you know, but in this light, in the lighting, she does look better than she does in the rest of the movie. You know, and he's like, you are so beautiful. Like, no, I'm not. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Just go back. Anyway, he hugs her and they start slow dancing. And this is where the line in the movie comes in. Okay, he's slow dancing with her. You know, he's like, oh, you're my baby girl. Oh, baby girl, just dropped the name of the movie right there. This is the scene where the name of the movie gets dropped. You're my baby girl. Ooh, yeah. And then they slow dance, okay, with her naked, okay, and then she gets on her fucking knees. And I'm like, all right, finally, we're going to see him get some pleasure, finally. And I'm not talking like voraciously. I'm talking like literally, let's see him get his rocks off for a change. Of course, they're not going to show that because the movie ain't about his pleasure. It's only about hers. See what I mean? It's all about her pleasure. Had nothing to do with him. Once again, chick flick rules, right? Okay, I'm going to stop my review right here, but now don't worry. I'll be back to continue my review of this worthless piece of shit movie, okay, that glamorizes adultery, okay, and makes men look like shit. Okay, so I'll be back soon to give you more of my opinions in this review. I thank you very much for watching this long. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.